Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this international symposium. This conference is held as AUE and UNY joint program, and I am Yuji Ueda for Master of Ceremony. I am very happy to represent this event, and I hope this event enables you to get new knowledge or have interest in Japan and Indonesia. So from now, I would like to introduce history and relationship between AUE and UNY firstly. We have a history as one of the affiliated universities to each other, and AUE has welcomed many UNY students so far. In addition, both of us welcome any student as not one year exchange program, but also a half-year exchange course or much shorter programs as a kind of internships or cross-cultural understanding project. Each university has adapted a credit transfer system, and furthermore, we are absolved from paying any tuition if we enter each university as an exchange student and pay a tuition to the original university. We also have a tutor system, and a local student who wants to help exchange students can be a tutor and support them. As my experience, I used to be a tutor, and I supported 5 students from AUE so far. Even now, I keep in touch with them. Therefore, it can be said that both of our university has many systems for exchange students, and the student can have a great college life thanks to the system. Plus, from 2019, both universities have started the short internship program in summer season. And in that year, both 3 students went to the countries as exchange students for 3 months. And I'm sure that they have learned a lot of things, not only something related to English, but also our cultures or lifestyles. Therefore, needless to say, both students are able to visit the universities much easier. In addition, in 2021, AUE has welcomed UNY has welcomed one of AUE students as a half-semester exchange student. Actually, it was me. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the semester was conducted as online lectures. Although I could learn various things and made friends, it also can be said, because of that pandemic, there exists possibility for both students to learn something as an exchange student with online classes, and we can communicate with each other by internet. And in the future, we might able to have online classes much easier, and we don't have to go to the place, but we can learn as exchange student. In conclusion, the relationship between AUE and UNY is becoming deeper and deeper, and it is expected that a lot of students will visit both countries more freely as exchange students. That is a short explanation about both universities' relationships. So from now, let's move on our next topic. Secondly, I will talk about the how and why we held this event. As I mentioned above, we have a strong relationship and an affiliated university, and there are many exchange student between AUE and UNY. The number of the exchange student will be getting higher in near future. Therefore, holding this event as a cross-cultural understanding project, it enables us to understand our cultures more and respect them. Let me share my experience as an example. When I went to Indonesia for the first time to have a short program in UNY, I stayed there for 10 days. And it was my first time to meet Muslim people. At the time, I had little knowledge about Muslim, so I suppose that it took a longer time to understand each other due to my lack of knowledge. Here in Japan, the region Muslim is not so familiar, and of course, the perspective about religion is totally different between Japan and Indonesia. Plus, I also realized that I had to learn about foreign cultures or religious perspectives to communicate with people from abroad more smoothly and efficiently. Maybe not only for us, but also for UNY students. You might have kind of similar experiences that I had. For example, if you may not know how to use chopsticks, and when you go to a ramen restaurant in Japan, you cannot eat the ramen because using chopsticks is Japanese culture, and usually we don't use fork to eat ramen. Plus, making sounds to eat soup or noodles is also Japanese culture. And when Japanese hear the sounds, we think it sounds delicious. I guess it's a quite different culture for Indonesia. So therefore, I believe that holding this symposium, we can learn many aspects between our countries, and it smooths our relationship or our next exchange program. Furthermore, it is worth holding this conference that both students can consider Japanese culture and Indonesian culture, or more various things, much more deeply and interestingly. That's it from me. Thank you for your attention. So, next, let's move on the next subject. It is messages from AUE chairperson and UNY chairperson. Firstly, we will have a comment from AUE Professor Kozuka. So please have an attention to him and listen. So please go ahead, Kozuka sensei. Hi, thank you for attending this conference. My name is Yoshitaka Kozuka, and I am in charge of AUE chairperson on this event. I've been to UNY for several times, and I love Indonesian culture. Actually, I used to teach linguistics to UNY students, and I am really happy to meet some of you again, and I hope you stay healthy and happy. By the way, it is often said that we, Japanese tend to be accept Western cultures, but not other Asian cultures or African cultures, etc., etc. So I hope it will be a good chance for both of you to understand each culture, and please learn Japanese culture and enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Kozuka. I also think Japanese tend to be accept Western culture more deeply than any other cultures. I also hope AUE student will be interested in Indonesian culture more and respect it. Okay, so next we will have a comment from UNY professor, Ibu Elma. Please go ahead, Ibu Elma. Hello, I'm happy to come to AUE and to attend this symposium. I am also interested in Japanese culture, so I am looking forward to listening to AUE student speeches. Please learn Indonesian culture, and I hope we will meet again at Yogyakarta for the next time. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ibu Elma. Indonesia consists of many islands, and they have their own cultures. I am also looking forward to listening to UNY student speeches. Alright, so from now, I would like to introduce today's presentators from AUE and UNY to everyone. So please welcome them to the stage with a big round of applause.